Imagine this. You've crafted the perfect proposal, but your evaluator only has time to skim through the first few pages? Scary, right? Well, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to craft executive summaries that capture attention and win business. Welcome back to Creative Cresco, where I'll help you develop proposals that win. Today we're diving into something that could make or break your next proposal, the executive summary. Now, first things first, what is an executive summary? You can think of your executive summary as your proposal's highlight reel. It's where we want to showcase our key messages and make it super easy for evaluators to understand our solution and its benefits. A well-crafted executive summary is often your first and sometimes only chance to convince evaluators of your solution's value. It sets the stage for what follows in the remaining proposal, and it also communicates why you're the customer's best choice. Now, here's something that may even surprise you. Executives rarely read executive summaries. Instead, they usually land in front of evaluation team members, including non-technical staff. These evaluators will use your executive summary to build their initial understanding and then to communicate key points to decision makers. Now, most evaluators won't read your entire proposal page through page. They will scan. Evaluators tend to focus on the first paragraph, graphics, visuals, headers, callouts, and the final sentence. Now that we understand our reader, let's examine some of the building blocks of a compelling executive summary. I find it very helpful to use a repeatable, structured approach when crafting executive summaries. Now, if your request for proposal contains any guidelines or instructions around the executive summary, make sure that you follow those guidelines. But if not, here's a structure that I often find successful. First, we want to confirm understanding of client needs. Second, we want to explain our solution and its benefits. And then lastly, wrap it up with a strong call to action. Let's dive deeper into each section. Evaluators want to know that you understand what they're asking for. This section is where you confirm your understanding of the client's needs, objectives, goals, problems, pain points, and so forth. The goal is to show the potential client that we understand the problem and the challenges that come along with it. Now, with a solid foundation of understanding client needs, it's time to present your solution. Next, you want to talk about your tailored solution and the value it would bring to the client. Start by stating your value proposition, the unique benefits your product or service will deliver to your client, and how it solves the problems identified in the previous step. You are simply identifying what your solution is, how it works, and why it is different in one cohesive statement. Keep it as high level as possible, as details are listed in the designated proposal section. In this section, we want to make sure that we include proof points to substantiate our claims. Proof points are evidence-based data for your solution and its benefits. They are used to persuade evaluators and to build trust and credibility. These proof points can be testimonials, case studies on past performance, awards, certifications, or even statistics around your delivery. Now, effective proof points must have 3 characteristics. They must be relevant, translating to the customer's needs, current state, or desired future state. They must be verifiable, providing a source of the information, and they must be accurate, using definite numbers and not estimates or ranges. Now that we explained our solution and its benefits, we want to wrap it up with a call to action. Remember that our executive summary's job is to persuade the evaluators to choose our solution. In this section, we want to close the deal. We want to explain that our solution is the only viable option and also paint a picture of how we can be successful together. So we are recapping the problem that we're going to solve, our solution, and the outcomes that we'll deliver. Now that we have the structure of our executive summary done, Let's move into some common mistakes to avoid. First, we want to avoid including any generic material. So these can range from like sales, boilerplate, or any marketing material. We don't want to add that here in our executive summary. Our executive summary needs to be 100% client focused. So we are solely concerned with the client's problems, showing empathy for their pain points, highlighting our solution and what benefits they will gain. This also goes with including any company history or overview. Save that for another section in the proposal. Right now, we want to make sure that we are talking about the client and what we will do for the client, not about ourselves. We also want to avoid being too technical. As mentioned before, your entire proposal will be evaluated by a team of individuals, and many times those include non-technical staff. So we want to avoid using any industry jargon, acronyms, or technical terminology unless you're 100% sure every member of the evaluation team will understand those terms. Next, we want to avoid having a super long executive summary. Some professionals recommend that your executive summary is somewhere between 10 to 15% of the total proposal length. However, I find that could be quite excessive. I think you can communicate your point across between 1 to 2 pages. And then lastly, I want to avoid forgetting metrics. As we stated earlier with proof points and their characteristics, they really need to be quantifiable. If not, they can run the risk of reading as generic marketing statements. So there you have it. A framework that you can use for your executive summary starting today. Remember, your executive summary has one job. It's to make the evaluators want to read more. Follow this framework and you'll do exactly that. If you guys found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Drop a comment down below on one of your challenges when writing executive summaries. Again, this is Ashley from Creative Cresco, helping you write proposals that win. I'll see you in the next video.